The Queen of Granada, by M. Riff. Chapter 195, The Map. She went back to the corridor and followed the sound of guitar music coming from one of the rooms. She pushed the door aside and peered inside. But there was no one, and the guitar was lying on the bed. She ventured into another room, which appeared to be a child's bedroom. The small bed was neatly made, and a pink party dress spread on the colorful quilt. On shelves, a collection of dolls, both small and large, were neatly arranged. She couldn't help but feel like all the dolls were staring at her. Despite her efforts to stay calm, her nerves were on edge. She became convinced that the place was haunted, and she might come face to face with spirits at any moment. Clara hurried back to the kitchen, feeling like a remote-controlled car was buzzing behind her along the corridor. However, when she turned, there was nothing there. She rushed through the kitchen and the short corridor on the other side, finding Rita in the VW bus. Annoyed, she asked, "Why don't you respond when I call you?" Rita didn't answer. She had sat down on the floor and reached deep under the cabinet under the small sink, trying to grab something. In the end it seemed to work. She was holding a small cigar box in her hand as she pulled it out. She opened it, took out a folded piece of wax paper. Clara asked curiously, "What do you have there?" Rita replied, "We should head back to the kitchen. I'll show it to you." With a feeling of being haunted by spirits, Clara followed closely behind Rita. They returned to the kitchen where Rita unfolded the paper on the table and, as if speaking to herself, said in a low voice, "What we have here is a map of the city's underground." Clara could only make out a few lines on the large wax paper, while Rita appeared to see much more. She studied the paper intently, her concentrated expression indicating she was trying to commit everything to memory. Finally, Rita folded the paper and handed it to Clara, saying, "You can put it in your handbag." In an emphatic tone, she added, "Take care of it. It may be our only guarantee of finding our way out of the great underground labyrinth that stretches for hundreds of kilometers." Rita then knelt down and grabbed the rope sticking out of the floor hatch acting as a handle. She lifted the hatch and turned to Clara and said, "We're going down there. You can go first." Clara felt like an inexperienced student who had to assist an experienced master in carrying out a challenging piece of work. She still dared to express her reluctance. "It's creepy enough up here. Do we really have to venture down into a dark cellar?" Rita corrected her and said, "It's not a basement, it's a catacomb." In a more authoritative tone, she added, "We don't have all day. Come on."